Hey, what's going on, everybody? I don't know if y'all ever watched my channel before. It was mostly about like skinning squirrels, just out kind of having fun in the mud, stuff like that. I made a Tennessee hog mash, bringing you deer, bringing you hogs. Today I'm going to do a tutorial on safely cleaning the handgun. If you're in, say, like an apartment complex or something where you have close by and you don't have a place to safely assess for a handgun, then best thing you can do is get something like a 5-gallon bucket. Fill it full of sand. 2 feet of sand will stop a 50 cal round. So anytime you're cleaning the gun, anytime you're checking the chamber, you can just take the gun, point it into the barrel, and then that way you can open your slide, check your chamber, everything. That way if there was an accidental misfire, it would go into the bucket and stop. So today we're going to talk about cleaning the handgun. I've got my 45 here. One of the main important things, anytime, always keep your hand to the side. If you start to close your hand, all the rest of your fingers want to go with it, so always keep your finger here. Anytime you're opening your slide, make sure everything's always pointed away from you. Check, make sure your chamber's clear before pointing it at anybody or anything. I like to start mine with a simple removing the slide from the body. With mine, it just has a simple little clip here. I flip it up, slide back in, separates. So with your slide, you have your firing pins, your spring mechanisms, and mine also comes with a little clip on the top. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. That little clip right there shows and indicates if there's a round in the chamber. So while I like to disassemble here first, I can clean in here for all my spring mechanisms, for if it's for my trigger, if it's for my magazine drop, clean all the inside rails. If it's plastic or metal, they still need to be, properly and thoroughly cleaned. Get all the excess used gunpowder off of them, all the old excess oil, and then start from new. You can use, some people say don't use a thicker oil, it hurts. Some people says don't use too thin of an oil. Depending on how your gun is, it doesn't matter. But anytime you have a gun, you can look at your owner's manual for it on a recommended kind of oiling for it. Some of them have a stop plate that if you get oil in it, it will not fire. So they also make little drippers for it if you need to just drip oil in certain places. Then you can start with cleaning all your slide, all your springs. Make sure everything in there, get all the excess gunpowder and oil off before redoing it. If you're using a cloth, make sure not to get any excess fabrics on the inside of the gun. They also make cleaning kits and cleaning brushes just for handguns, just for rifles, and they even make actual cotton swab tips just for cleaning inside of guns. So after you get all that back clean, you can apply your slide back on. Make sure the chamber's still clear. Make sure your magazine is still out. You do not want to keep a magazine at any time in your handgun for the simple fact that you can, accidentally load it, accidentally hurt yourself. People say that guns kill people. Guns do not kill people. Okay? With this gun, got magazine 45 holler points. Now it's loaded. See where my indicator's up? This gun is not hurting me. I'm not touching it. I got a friend in the shower. I got a friend over here. Anything, nobody's dead. Mishandling a gun can cause you to get hurt. And it's just for the fact of stupidity. It can be any of your problems. Okay, our gun is thoroughly unloaded. Our bullet is out. We're back safe again. Not all guns have an indicator if they're loaded or not. But anyway, you should always treat any gun as if it was loaded, for the simple fact of an accidental mischarge no matter what. I have the theory in my hand, even though I unloaded this, I don't have a magazine in this. I still have a bullet in this. This is why I'm not pointing it towards myself or anybody who could get hurt. Whew. Sorry guys, I ain't done a video in a long time. I'm kind of getting all messed up in the head right now. But, so if you go by the whole guns kill people, this gun hasn't killed me. It has not went off or killed anybody. It's the mishandling, misuse of a gun that will kill somebody. So always treat it as safe as you can. Always make sure it's not in the direction of any person, anything you don't want to put a hole in, your pet dog, your pet raccoon, anything. Make sure it ain't pointed at none of them. Just make sure at any time your finger does not go in here where you're inside your trigger guard. Mine even has an excess trigger on the inside that I have to push in before I pull the trigger, or this trigger will not go off. If you have a safety, always keep your safety on while you're cleaning it. If your gun does not allow you, I know some of the newer guns you have to have your safety off to be able to open it. Mine has an internal hammer, not an external, so I cannot make sure that the hammer is always in. So for anything that you might have a feeling like something could happen, make sure you're just in a direction where nobody or yourself cannot get hurt. You know, for if you're disassembling it, if you feel safer, you know, keep your slide back, you know, and you can check and see that there ain't a bullet. You know, you can go ahead and turn it and put your rod in to clean your barrel. Or if you still feel like you're not safe enough with that, you can disassemble it, pull your barrel off, clean your barrel, then clean everything else, then reassemble it back. You can start from piece by piece, or you can clean it as a whole. But just make sure your barrel's empty of all debris, chamber's always unloaded, there's never a magazine in while cleaning it, you're always in an environment where nobody or nothing will get hurt. And that goes back to where guns don't kill people, people kill people. So make sure that you're not going to be the one to hurt somebody, you're not going to be the one to hurt yourself. So always make sure, you know, if you have any magazines around you, any ammo around you, anything, keep them away to where you don't get, you know, a muscle memory of always loading your gun while you have it in your hand. You know, always try to make sure that everything is just safe. Hell, that's about the best way I can put it. You know, this way you ain't gonna hurt nobody. Because, you know, how would you feel if you was out just cleaning your gun one day? You know, even if you had it to the side where you ain't gonna be able to shoot yourself, you know, it accidentally goes off because you still had a magazine in it, not thinking. Bullet goes through a wall, bullet goes through your grandma, and now you at your grandma's funeral. You don't want none of that. You know, that was sad, that'd make you feel horrible. We don't want that. So always make sure everything is clear before assessing the gun, before cleaning it. Always double check. If somebody hands you a gun, tells you to clean their gun for them, even if you watch them unload the gun, look at it yourself. Always check your chamber, always check the magazine, make sure it's out and clear. That's all I can tell you. But thanks guys for viewing in with me. This is going to be my new channel, Cracker Attacker. It's going to be more based on guns, out shooting, having fun, explaining guns, safety. If you have any questions, if you have any thoughts, you know, send it to me. I'm about to have a Twitter up soon, an Instagram, and even a Snapchat. And I might even start up a Facebook just for this. But just tune in for Cracker Attacker, and we'll see what we can get you with.